Thought I would be married by now. And now the closer I get to it, and I'm scared. I don't know.
I didn't think it would be an issue. I'm 32 years old.
I'm 53. I would like to think that I'm still young, right?
The fact that you're 40 and single, still with no children, and now you find out that she's 8 weeks pregnant, and you so want to feel happy for her, but inside you feel so sad.
I'm in a stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies, and
You know that at 40 you're running out of time, and soon you won't have a choice at all.
Guys, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because we got Christmas coming up, but there seems to be a wave of these videos online.
I need a boyfriend. Please, like, God, send me someone that...
You know what? Put me back in the kitchen. Grab me by my apron, respectfully, and put me back in the kitchen.
This hurts my feelings and hurts my ego, but I fear I'm being ghosted, and I'm completely shocked.
Yeah, there's a lot of women who have a fear of being ghosted, rejected, and you see that in their 20s because it's never happened to them before. But just because of that reason, that he's ghosting her and not giving her attention, I guarantee you, she likes him even more.
Like, it's really hard when, like, I don't really have anyone to go to, like, on a Friday night.
I am 30 years old.
Maybe I should just give up. But I don't know. Then I feel like if I give up, then it's like, then I'm totally throwing the towel in, and like, that sounds and feels sad.
I think if I reach 400,000 followers, it's only right that I slap 400,000 men.
What the hell are you talking about?
Women are scared of happily single men. You want to know why? Let's get into it. Being happily single as a man makes you more appealing. Men that don't need to be in a relationship. Men that have high standards. Men that don't chase women. They chase in purpose. This makes women think, wonder if that man is actually interested in them, and will in turn, y'all listen to this, increase the value of that man and his expressed interest in their mind.
I don't know, you know, there's a lot of guys who get married from a young age and they go to the club and they got the ring, and girls will show more interest in them. They'll be like, hang on, I was coming to this club for years. When I was single, no one batted me an eyelid. As soon as I'm wearing a ring, all of a sudden the girls want me.
Men, do you ever wonder what women really want from you?
If you're a man and you're not protecting and providing for your female, what is it exactly that you're doing for her? Because if your answer is loving her, I'm sorry, but she can love herself.
Don't we hear girls say that all the time? Like, my love is enough. She's literally saying what a lot of these modern women are saying. Guys will be doing 2 jobs, doing this, doing that, paying for this, paying for that. And I'm going to say it. You'll be lucky to get beans on toast.
Let's hear another take.
The guy just telling me this just the other day. My relationship's horrible and I'm such a great provider. Yeah, but all you're doing is providing stuff. She's not wanting you to provide stuff. Although she does like that. She's wanting you to provide you. She wants you. She needs you. She wants you to secure her in that relationship. Not your job, not the toys, her.
So, which is it? Because I'm pretty sure that men are being told constantly by women that their worth is based on what they're providing, how much money they're making.
Yep.
If you want them to give you more emotionally, then we have to make it safe for them to do so, and not giving them these mixed messages, because it's really confusing.
Yeah, guys, we're getting mixed things. Like, there's a lot of risk nowadays. There really is. Like I've said before, accusations can grow legs and run around. There is a lot of risk because 2024 relationships in the West, it's all about take from men and give to women.
Men don't want to marry anymore because the risk outweighs the benefits. There's a risk that comes with marriage that essentially only benefits a woman. A man marries you and can only hope that one day you don't wake up and say, I feel like I don't love you anymore and I want to leave and you can't do anything about it. According to ASA, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Among college-educated women, it jumps to 90%. You know what's crazy? I mean, A lot of us women don't have anything a man actually wants that we can bring to the table.
Sensational.
So when you look at yourself, what would you say you need to improve when you're dealing with the opposite gender?
Nothing.
What?
Yeah, I don't think there's any flaws. I don't really have any
Nothing
flaws.
to improve. What I need to improve?
Yes.
Probably his timing.
Wait, your timing or his timing?
His timing.
No, it's about you though.
Oh,
you
what
need
do I
to,
need to
yeah, what do you need to improve?
I don't know.
You see how she jumped straight to you?
Welcome to modern feminism right here. Trying to tell women that they're perfect, they're a 10 out of 10, they got nothing to improve. You know, you're a queen, you're a boss babe, you deserve this, you deserve the six-figure guy, all this, you're perfect, you never have to change for no one. What a load of waffle.
Why women get burnt out and you're no longer happy in your relationship because you're coming home and a man is sitting on the couch because he's tired from work and you're making sure you're catering to him.
So what? So what? So what?
I don't understand. Where is the value in that?
Fellas, do not choose a woman who don't want to be a woman.
Are you delusional?
The modern day women, right there. I'm gonna go to work like you. You want me to cook, clean. So what? Yes, you're gonna cook, clean, do this and do that. And guess what? He taking the trash out, he fixing the house, he making sure this. But we have different duties, functions, and responsibilities. My wife don't want my duties, and I don't want hers. We have different responsibilities. Just because I can see you cook the food and you can't see me clean the gutters, you don't even care about that stuff, but it still need to be done. Men have different responsibilities. So all this, oh, I cook and I clean and yeah, that's part of your function. But when your tire is flat, my function is to make sure you have a new tire.
But
when
that's
your
what
car
I'm
need an oil change, it's my job to make sure these people ain't ripping you off. We have different duties and functions and responsibilities.
Yeah, he broke it down perfectly. And I said this in another video I did recently about the whole, like, the career they have, the job they have. They want to throw away having kids, having a family over a job. And that's what they want to be. That's the legacy. That's the end to the bloodline. That's what they want to do. And some guys might be cool with that, but for me, I don't want that. I want a family. I want my family to benefit from my labor. And that career, when you're 50, 60, 70, you know, that career ain't going to give you grandkids and people coming around on Christmas Day and birthdays and running around your house. That career, if something happened to you, they would replace you in a matter of days.
Why is it that modern feminism just promotes this idea that absolutely nothing is a woman's fault ever? Even in her own life, her own choice. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's men. It's all men. And I get these comments all the time saying like, oh, you're shaming women because they got abused, or you're shaming women because they got, you know, hurt by a man or whatever. You're shaming them like it's their fault. First of all, no, I'm not. It's not your fault that a man is evil and abusive. Okay, that's not your fault. You're not responsible for that. But you are responsible for yourself and the positions that you put yourself in. And me personally, if I was consistently choosing these absolute garbage men to date, marry, whatever it is, that are consistently abusing me, I think it's fair that you should self-reflect.
Yeah.
Like, you can sit there all day long and go, men are horrible, men are trash, men are this. Okay, but is that helping you? Is that serving you?
Yeah.
Is that mindset getting you anywhere? No. So instead, why don't you take a little responsibility, self-reflect, and evaluate, why is it that I keep choosing these horrible people? And then correct that. And do better for yourself and have a good life instead of whining and crying all the time that men are so horrible. Not all men are horrible.
Yeah.
Not all women are good. But you can be good and you can make good choices. I don't know. I just feel like sitting here and telling women that nothing is their fault it's not helping anyone. It's just not. And I know there's people that are going to sit there and go, that's not what's happening. Is that what's happening with every single person in the world? No, I'm not addressing every single woman in the world. I'm addressing the ones who think this way, because there are women who think this way and they live in my comment section. Every woman is capable of making better choices for herself. Don't be a victim. Don't waste your time sitting there blaming men for all your problems. Be smart, make good choices. You're capable.
No lies detected right here. A lot of the modern women we hear and see today on social media, accountability is their kryptonite, and that's because they're told, exactly like she said, it's never a woman's fault, it's always a man's fault. And you know me, guys, and I'm sure you guys think the same. When we see these clips of these women saying men ain't this, men ain't that, like she said, men are trash, they never look at themselves as the problem. It's always the guy's problem. I've met so many girls who date the same sort of dude every single time. And every relationship ends in a train wreck, and he's this guy, he's that guy, he's violent and all this stuff, but they go and date another violent dude. You know? A lot of the times it's the girl's bad selection of dudes. It's not all our fault. Why is it always our fault?
Suck. They are so dumb. Literally at every age, so freaking dumb. And you know what? They don't even want to change. And now the world knows it. Thanks, feminism. So why do I think it's a problem of feminism versus boys? Let's start with when they're young. Boys and girls are different, but we live in a society that doesn't seem to want to acknowledge nor nurture those differences. And when they do...
The future is female.
Sorry?
No. It gives me hope.
It's kind of sick.
I bet those people on that program are forgetting that the seats they're sat on, the building they're sat in, the flipping heater that comes on, that was all done and made and created by men. So unless these women want to get out there on the roads, on the oil rigs, plumbers, electricians, construction workers, welders, the list goes on, firemen, police, whatever, if they don't do those roles, it's going to stay the same.
I don't understand the argument that working moms say to stay-at-home moms, and this is typically a working mom to stay-at-home mom or working dad to stay-at-home mom conversation.
Right.
Like, I would never be able to financially rely on someone else. Like, what if he died? What if he leaves you? One, not planning on those things. So I don't have to worry about my husband leaving me because he's not going to. Cool. Two, if he died.
We can all hope that that's not going to happen, but just saying that's never going to happen, no one can say with 100% certainty that their partner's not going to leave them. That's just the unfortunate truth.
Guys, one, we have life insurance. Two, I would obviously pivot. Even if I was working full time, if my husband passed away, like, obviously I would pivot. But let's talk about the financial freedom thing. Like, my husband makes the amount of money he is able to make because I am able to stay at home with our children and watch them. Because by me not working saves us over $50,000 a year in childcare. I'll just put it at that.
Damn.
But he relies on me so much too. Like, the man without me wouldn't have clean clothes. He wouldn't have food in his fridge. He wouldn't have a relationship with his children. And not because he doesn't try, because he doesn't have time. He works too much. And I'm not saying he works too much, but he works too much to do those things. So we adjusted our lives to where I could do those things. But these kinds of comments, I work and I've juggled all that happily. It is such a dig. It is such a, well, you're just a lazy piece of shit that you don't want to enjoy it all. And it's just rude. So Sarah, I'm very happy for you that you have financial freedom, but it's probably good because you're a little rude. And I don't know if I would want to stay married to someone that makes comments like this to strangers on the internet.
Yeah, she makes a good point. You know, like, a lot of these women think being a housewife is a slave. It definitely isn't. Being a housewife isn't easy. And she makes a really good point that her husband wouldn't be able to go out and do what he does and make the money he does without her helping him, looking after the kids, looking after the home, cooking up meals, cleaning up. That's a really good point she made. But if we said it, guys, if we said it, we'd be on the page 3, mate. Page 3 news. But fair play to her. She's got the right mindset.
Over 50% of marriages in the U.S. end in divorce, and I can assure you that nobody's sitting on their wedding day and thinking, oh, we're planning to get divorced. I chose to stitch this because this is
That's definitely cap. There are definitely some women who get married and are just knowing a few weeks from now they're going to get divorced and take that man's stuff. 100%.
exactly me when I was 26 or 27. I had 2 young kids. I would remember walking into a thrift store of all places, and I saw one of my mom's old friends, and she was like, oh, how are you? They're so cute. What are you up to these days? Like, what are you doing for a living? And I was like, this is what I'm doing for a living. I'm staying home with the kids. And she was like, oh, and like she had this cautionary like look on her face as she very judgy said to me, well, just be really careful. You know, you don't want to be in a situation where you're reliant on someone. Make sure that you don't have any gaps in your resume and you're keeping your skill set up.
Yeah, but what about the guy? No one goes up to that guy at work and says, oh, mate, be careful. You know, those guys at work rely on their wives too to do their part just as much as they rely on their man to do his part. That's part of a family. That's what families do. That's what couples do. Why does a housewife have such a bad light in modern society, but that's feminism for you. They label it as slavery.
Well, clearly I wasn't. I had just said I was staying home with my kids. So I am just offended. I'm like, well, that's not necessary. I mean, we have a really great relationship and we're really happily married. We'll be married forever. 5 years later, I really had to eat my hat, so to speak, because I was miserably married, like in a miserable situation where I could not get out of this marriage. Now, I had given 15 years of my life to this man.
It's a long time.
I had poured all of my talent and all of my energy into his business, building his business, because I was staying home with the kids and this was the way we were making an income together.
Hold on. I don't know. I don't like where this is going.
The problem is that I was so naive that in my mind, we were just going to be happy forever. That was the only choice. That was the only option. But I never stopped and thought, what happens if I decide that I want to be out of this relationship? Can I take care of myself and my kids on my own? And the answer was, well, no. I mean, I figured it out and it was a really hard road. But what I wish that I could tell myself back then was shake, shake, shake. Listen to the lady who's a little bit older than you.
I've heard this a lot. You know, when divorces are happening and the now ex-wife is saying, his business is where it is because of me. I poured my life into his business. I mean, sometimes, yeah, I can agree, but I hear it all the time and I ain't being funny. I ain't buying it.
And I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why younger men are interested in older women. First of all, because many older women, they are already in divorced or separated, or they have kids, or they
This is the first I'm hearing this, boys.
kind of tick those boxes, which are called, the box of marriage and the box of kids. So they come in the package with less commitment and less headache, because most of them, maybe they don't want to get married again and have kids. And these guys, they are not ready. They just want to have a good time. Number 2 is because older women, they have more knowledge and they have more experience, and
Not always. I've met plenty of women in their 30s and 40s who have had divorces, or some of them have never had a marriage or anything. And they just have a chaotic life. They're a flipping psychopath, some of them out there. I'm not really buying what she's saying.
I guess guys could learn more things from them. Number 3 is because allegedly older women, they're more mature and they have their shit together. But this is kind of debatable, because I know so many women my age, they're in their 40s or older, they don't have any shit together and they are still behaving like they're in high school.
Exactly what I was saying.
Number 4, because intimacy, it's much better. An older woman is supposed to be more experienced than, a 20-year-old one.
Hey, being experienced, man, in the game, that's not good. That's not good. If she was married for 20 years, but if she wasn't and she's experienced, then she could be a bizzle. The bizzle bell would be going off for me.
And last but not least, older women can look fabulous. 40s are the new 30s and 50s are the new 40s.
Sorry?
They can look very good. They can be very well maintained and preserved. They can be in very good shape. And they are a lot of fun to have around.
All I'm seeing in this video is pick me. I'm one of those people she's saying, can someone date me? She's trying to advertise herself. I don't know how old she is. She doesn't look like she's in her 40s or whatever, but I could be wrong. Makeup's a mad thing. But that's what I'm seeing from this. It seems like a pick me video. What do you guys think?
Let me give you an example of what it looks like to be married to a competent and capable man who gives a shit.
Okay.
I came home last night to find the entire house had been cleaned. Our Bath and Body Works candles that he ordered had come in.
Right.
Had been lit. The rest of our Christmas decorations had been put up. Adorably.
The thing is, though, if he's like this all the time, why are you documenting it and putting it online?
By the way. And he had gone and got new Christmas stuff for our boys' bathrooms. And put it out after he cleaned it. That's him cleaning the toilet. I also didn't ask him to do any of this. I didn't make him a list of things to do. I didn't leave it out for him. I didn't request that any of this be done. I simply went to work. I came home. And my husband
had acted like a completely competent and capable adult who gives a shit about his family.
I don't know. I think there was a conversation and she said, look, we're going to document this, put it online, and I'm going to prove to everyone about the man you are. And she gave him a list of stuff. Or she might have even done it herself. You have to let me know what you guys think about it. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm buying it.
Who takes care of his house, who cares about how it looks, and likes to also equitably participate in making Christmas magical for our family.
I'm not saying that guys won't do this, but the whole vibe of the videos is just a bit weird. Like the fact she's going around videoing everything and then explaining it and uploading it like she's trying to prove a point. Like, I don't get the purpose of the video. Like, what are you trying to prove? And I don't know. I just feel like she gave the guy a list and gave him an earful. That's what I think. I could be wrong though.
Do you want to know what the problem with my husband is?
Oh my God, man. This is the same woman, isn't it? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Here we go. Let's talk about the problem with my husband after just saying he's a great guy, doing this and doing that. Listen, I know a crazy chick when I see one. I called it. Did you guys call it? Anyway, enough waffling.
It's taken me 13 years to figure this out. And the problem is that he makes me believe I could do literally anything.
What's wrong with
my
that?
job and start my own business. Believable. Started a podcast. Did it. Start content creating and create a second income for our family. Check.
Okay.
Now this man is out here making me think that I could write a book. And that's the problem. He's allowed me to believe these things, so much so that I did them.
Guys, I don't even know what to say. What is the issue? Like, your partner believing in you and encouraging you to do good things. It's not like he's saying, look, go and put yourself on OF for $4.99. Everything she said are good things. I don't get what the issue is. Why she set up the flipping phone stand and ranting about her husband when the video we just watched was saying about how her husband's great. I'm getting psycho vibes. That's what I'm getting.
Or might do them. I don't know. But that's the problem with a supportive husband.
What?
They make you think that you could do a lot of things and then support you throughout the entirety of them.
Am I missing something? Am I missing something here? Have I missed some key information?
Be your biggest cheerleader. Celebrate you in every single aspect. Yeah.
Guys, you have to tell me if I missed something, because that follow-up video, I mean, I didn't see this video obviously until I watched the first one, and I thought something was off. I knew something was off, right? And this video just explained it. I could see it in her eyes. I could see it. She is batshit crazy. I can see it. And I don't get what the issue is with having a supportive husband. Ladies, there's probably no ladies watching this, but if there is, what is wrong with having a supportive husband who says, look, I believe in you, you can do great things? I don't understand. You know, like, I do not get this lady right here. If anyone can decrypt what she's saying and make me understand it, you have to let me know.
This comment came from a video where I'm telling women, I don't recommend marriage and motherhood. And I say that as a happily married.
Guys, is this the same woman? I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. Is this the same woman? Surely not.
Woman and a mother of 2 children. And what this commenter and so many men in this comment section don't understand is that I'm saying this with all of the privilege that I have, with an amazing, supportive, participative husband that I have, the support that I have of my own family to help me with our children. I'm saying that with all of that it's still so hard. That it's still so hard when you have a well-paying job, a supportive husband, a support system to help you with your children. It's still so hard. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that even with all of the things that are supposed to make it good and make it easier and make it better
I still can't recommend it because even still, even after my experience, which has been a fairly decent one, I cannot recommend it because there are still obstacles and hurdles and brick walls set up to make it extensively harder for women. That's what
Pardon?
I'm saying. That's why you listen to the happily married people when they're telling women, don't get married and don't have children.
If she thinks there's obstacles for women, man, she would not survive in a man's world. Yeah, and of course she's right about it. You know, it's not easy. Marriage isn't easy. A relationship isn't easy. Having kids isn't easy. Working a 9-to-5 isn't easy. But you're there for each other. You look out for each other. If you don't recommend people having a family and getting married and having kids, and that's one of the best things in life that God gave us, is to have a family and have a unit at the house to be able to reproduce. If you can't recommend that lifestyle, what are you recommending? What are you recommending?
Genuinely confused about this. Why is it that prior to you talking to a man, they will get your attention by liking your Instagram stories, they'll be in your DMs, they'll like all of your posts, literally all of them. But then when you actually start talking, they will purposefully won't like your posts. They still might be in your DMs, they may like your stories, but when it comes to the in-feed posts, nowhere to be found.
I can answer this one. I've said it. Dating apps. It's funny how I said dating apps. Instagram is like a dating app. Guys will like girls' photos, like a few, maybe 3 or 4. Maybe that's a bit too much. Maybe a couple, maybe even one. They'll leave it for a few days. If she likes a few of yours, it's a fair game. That's a green light right there. And that's your cue to slide in the DMs. And once you've breached that point of, like, you know, interest and whatnot, he's not going to like your stuff anymore, because he did that like a fisherman with bait, waiting for you to bite. That's why guys do it.
Okay, this is how I completely detach from someone within 24 hours.
Okay.
And this works for situationships, exes, literally anyone. You can detach from them so fucking quickly. Okay, this is advice that I've literally never shared with you guys, and honestly, I'm so excited for you right now. Okay, so the reason why we're attached to people is because of our belief systems, okay? Like, we believe we need them in our lives, at least to a certain extent, okay? And that's perfectly fine, but we want to shift that.
Well, I just think it's human nature. We get attached to people. That's just part of who we are.
So normally when we're attached to people, we are super fucking anxious about them, okay? Like, we are obsessing over them, and that's not cute.
Yeah, but that's not everyone, though. That might be you, but that's not everyone. Not everyone's obsessive.
So in order to, like, break free from this, like, obsessive anxiety, this is what I would recommend. Okay, literally hop onto that video streaming platform, like, you know, the one with, like, the red and then the play button, that one, and look up overnight affirmations for anxious attachment styles.
Pardon?
And literally play these overnight, okay? These are 8-hour long videos that you literally just play while you're asleep. Like, it takes no fucking effort at all, okay? But this is why they're gonna work and change your life. When we're asleep, our brain is in a theta state, okay? So when we are in this theta state, we absorb everything that we hear. So if you are playing these affirmations that are conditioning your brain to a healthy attachment style, you are significantly going to shift in your mindset. So if you are feeling like you're not good enough, if you feel like you aren't, like, in the best belief system, then you literally need to do overnight affirmations, okay? You can do affirmations all day long, but literally it will not hit you in your subconscious as deeply as it would hit you if you did overnight affirmations, okay?
Well, guys, my experience with that overnight thing, like, what's it, white noise and things like that. I remember my missus played one of, like, rainforest and that. I must have gone for about 7 Ps in the night. Never again.
It is game changing. It will change the game. Okay, by the time you see this, I'm probably gonna have my own that I, like, filmed for you guys. But in the meantime, knock yourself out. Like, go fucking find them online. They're gonna be amazing anyways, but...
Well, if I had to make a video saying how to detach from someone in 24 hours, which never happens, I don't know what she's talking about. It can take weeks, months, years to get over someone. That's the truth. Whether guys want to admit it or not, breakups suck. You know, you get used to someone, you get attached to someone, you have feelings for someone. They don't just go away overnight. But the best thing you can do to mitigate and suppress those thoughts and feelings is just be busy, be active, see your boys, you know, go to the gym, you know, and I'm talking from experience. I've been there. Being busy is the best thing. And it's a lot of people who say that they're really depressed, and depression is a worldwide problem. But there's a bigger problem of people being lazy and they've got too much time on their hands. I'm telling you, when I was working 2 jobs and my life was in shambles, I had no money, nothing. I just had 2 jobs, 2 shit jobs at that. I was happy because I didn't have time to think about being sad or depressed or missing this girl or that girl. I was too busy. And that's what it comes down to a lot of the times. Good diet, good sleep, good gym routine, and good friends. That will help you detach from any shit person in your life. And when you move on and meet the right person, don't know when that time will come, that last person, they'll just be a blur in your memory. And you're going to thank yourself when you meet that person that you hung on and you met that person. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a long one. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you didn't. Let me know if you made it this far. I hope you guys have a great Christmas with your loved ones, family. You know, there's a lot of people who can't do that on Christmas, and it does break my heart a little bit, you know. So I wanted to release this video. It's a bit of a longer one because I'm going to take a couple days off, spend some time with family and take my head out of the game, and then we're back to it in 2 days from when this video's been uploaded. So I hope you guys have a great Christmas. Hope you enjoy the food, the drink, your loved ones, family time, and I will see you in 2 days.